it with salt and some pepper. So toss these around. If you have an air fryer, you can do this really quickly, 370 degrees for about 5 minutes, and you'll have delicious croutons that are brown and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, delicious. Classic dressing, of course, is a suspension dressing, an emulsification between egg yolk and oil, keeping them together. So we're going to start with our egg yolk in the bowl, and we're going to add juice of half a lemon. We're going to add some salt to the egg yolk. I'm going to start by whisking this together first. Now let's add that classic Caesar salad flavor. We're going to start by adding some anchovy paste. You could add fresh anchovies if you want to chop them up. Anchovy paste is just really convenient. It keeps really well in the refrigerator, and you don't have any leftovers to really worry about. Now we want to get some garlic. We're going to make a garlic paste. Now when I say that, I'm going to actually chop this up really, really fine, and then I'm going to mash it into a paste. The way to do that is just press it against the cutting board. Adding a little salt to it will also make it really easy to do. So mashing it against the board like this gives you a beautiful paste. That's going to let that garlic flavor transfer really, really easily. So if you are not a huge fan of garlic, go lightly here. Garlic's a pretty critical flavor ingredient in the Caesar salad.
So it's not actually meant for like a language lesson. You found a bunch of them anyway on the internet, but previously, yeah, it's kind of funny. When I was being trained to be a language teacher, those didn't really exist. So basically, probably have to bring in like we do have students in the past coming to class like Laura and taught us how to do fried rice in your own way, depending students. Okay, so roughly I will play just a short part of it, and it's funny though. If you go home, try to link to any one of these. It's actually 3 video links from my past students. He is an organic farmer living in Qisan, but he actually lives right across to me. He has a land near there, and he sent me all these videos. Not just one, a few courses I actually invited him here. So, take a look.
Everyone, so today is April 12th. We're getting some rain today, finally. It's kind of sad that it has to be rain, but it's melting the snow that we still have on the ground. So today I am going to do a video on how we plant our onions. I've had a lot of questions about that, and so I thought I'll show you. And what we rotate plant for when you're doing farmers markets or CSAs, if you're going to be planting like onions, I'll explain everything.
So he actually subscribed to an online group and then learning how to become an organic farmer. So this is just one of the videos, and you get almost everything that's not so daily conversation. It's not that EFL. So this is another thing that I'm quite used. We have been in the SDGs for several years, and some students actually, especially, we don't have too many people who are from this area. I took some of the freshmen maybe 3-4 years ago. Rita wasn't probably in that, maybe 1 year before Rita got here. I took them to do some kind of farming. And some people said, I'm from a farming family. You are now taking me back to farming. I'm trying to become a language major. So just trying to combine the content with this.
Unbox it right here. Oh my gosh, Mr. Brown. This is serious. I'm so excited for these new broadforks because my old broadfork just couldn't handle it. Say it's a beast.
How do I get my things off? Where'd my leather ring go? Shoot. Will you look under that box?
This thing is no joke. There are 3, actually there are more than that, but there are 3 really big reasons yes?
Be a little quieter.
Okay. There are 3, or at least there are 3 major reasons I broad fork. There are more reasons. There are three huge ones. One, broad forking aerates the soil.
Using the broad fork, where studies using both, so say close to facing one end of that. So broad fork.
Boy, this is nice. Guaranteed forever. My kind of tool. Broad forking hydrates the soil. You ready to do this, Jonah?
Sure.
It's small, like all these new words, like Laura was presenting, but if you're using this frame, you get to see these words being used in a real context. Okay. That student actually was promoting, has been promoting, he's still doing the farming, well, even though he is losing a lot of money. And he couldn't find enough money to feed him and his wife. So he hires 2 people to work with him part-timely. And his wife has to go to work, otherwise they would have no money to get over. First year he was doing it, it's more like experiment, and he couldn't find anything. We had flood and typhoons, and it was a disaster. Second year he was trying to grow some chickens, trying to have some eggs on his farm, and the neighbors sued him for having all these chickens. And the neighbor was is actually the owner of Kaohsiung bus, city bus. So rich people, the poor people live in downtown like what we do, and the rich people live actually in the suburb area. And eventually he wanted to show everybody that the massive farming is not really good to the environment, okay, with all the trunks going into the land. And there's a very funny video, probably didn't keep that, and it's probably easy to look. One way to preserve and trying to activate, bring life back to a land is actually use the earthworms. Give all the worms and they try to grow and eat how they eat everything. So if I played it to every student in my conversation class, believe me, they will fall asleep. Okay, so folks are probably are being used in a different way and stuff that you will probably listen to that. So I would say that Laura's part is so identical to all these ideas. Okay, so just very simple one. I kind of like a copy and everything in here. This is done by a bunch of boys if you wanted to combine culture content with English. If you go to a baseball game, this is basically what the words you are going to learn. And I sometimes find it quite confusing too, even for me, who has been a fan for like 10, 20 years, right-handed batters and back and circle. It was just one time, I find it quite hilariously funny. I went to Chengqinghu, the only baseball stadium in Kaohsiung, okay, which is in suburb area. And there was a teacher, I think she's from a private university, and he took 2 students from Brazil, 2 girls, and they sat right behind me. And this teacher was literally translating every single Chinese word to these 2 students. And he did it in a very stupid, funny way. So I couldn't take it until I turned around and said, wow. So here, okay, we'll never forget this time. Okay. Greatest moment. So if you are using content base in the wrong way, okay. Anybody, James is probably pretty good with that. Okay. How do you say, let's come back to Chinese. Okay, read that again. There are only 2 kinds of balls, give a picture of pitches. So how do you say strike in Chinese? Rita.
打击
No, I mean when teacher is pitching.
strike
Probably forget about it. It's a very funny translation. 好球. And then 坏球. Yeah, they don't really represent, right? And not even in Japanese. In Japanese, they probably just say it in Japanese way. Strike, ball, okay, just these 2 terms. So that teacher right behind me translated, oh, the pitcher, first ball, good ball. I was like, good ball. Okay, second ball, pitcher pitches. Oh, it's a bad ball. So I couldn't take it anymore. So I stood up and turned to them. But I just only look at it. I feel like I'm an English teacher. I shouldn't be showing up for anything. So that stupid translation went on for like forever. Okay, good ball, bad ball, good ball, bad ball. So I think literally he just translated everything. So if you are trying to do content base, okay, be careful with the translation. A lot of time they were using it in more like. So would you be expecting your learners You kind of like fill in all the blanks right away. Two very smart classmates that I had back in college didn't know anything about baseball. One is a girl. So one day we were playing softball. Okay, I think I was the catcher, and a very nasty guy behind me was my classmate, and he is being not so friendly to the batter. So the smartest girl from my class went up to the bat and batted. She hit something, I think probably somewhere. So she turned to the two of us and said, "What should I do now?" And so the guy who should be the umpire told her, "Bring your bat, start running to foreign language college." And it's up in the river view in the Palace Museum area, and behind me is two hills. Okay, and my classmate told the other classmate to start running back to the college. If you carry the bat, you will score 1 more. And she didn't come back for like an hour. And we were like laughing to death. So, again, can you answer me? We have two American students here. Can you tell me why we had to go to right instead of left? Why first base is here? I'm just trying to give you a hard time. There's nothing right or wrong.
Because you run that way instead of turning and running. I don't
No,
know.
I didn't have the right answer. I'm just simply.
Yeah, I know. I can make it up, I don't know.
Why right, not left? Clockwise, counterclockwise? No, this is clockwise.
That's kind of.
Because that's counter.
So basically, I'm just guessing. A lot of people mostly are right-handers. But right-handers should go this way. But anyway, that's the rule. So you just have to explain these to them if you are teaching content. And then